Good evening and welcome to episode 111. As always, we'll start with our gratitude attitude. So, if you would please gently close your eyes. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, relax your body. Take another deep breath. As you exhale, see all your stress melt away. Take one more deep breath. This time, completely let yourself loose. Now, think of one thing that you're thankful for that happened in the past week. Once you identified that, think about why you're thankful. And now let's set it free. If you by yourself say it out loud what you are thankful for and why. If you are with someone, tell it to each other. All right. So, as some of you may know, Catherine Nanda passed away yesterday, I believe. And that got me to thinking that today I want to clarify two concepts which we hear a lot, but we're not sure a lot of time what it is that it means. One is this concept of samsara, and the other is this concept of moksha or liberation. So let's start with samsara. Those of us who are of Indian origin, we have a lot of misconception about samsara because there's a lot of sayings which people just use and throw around. So let's first talk about what samsara is not, right? What is not samsara? Growing up, at least in my head, samsara was your family or your day-to-day life. But that's not what samsara is. When someone says, I want to leave samsara, that doesn't mean you leave your family and go to some jungle and, start your spiritual practice. Sansar is this cycle of birth, life, and death. So we are all born in this world, right? And we are going through our life. Some good days, some bad days. We are, depending on our karma, we are going through our life. And then we die for sure. At the time of death, depending upon the karma that ripens, we will take a rebirth in different realms. So if negative karma ripens, there's this famous story about this monk in India. He was living a simple life. And one day, he's digging around trees or whatever, and he finds this bag of gold coins. And he says, "Oh, this is so precious." So he takes it to his hut, puts it in a small container, keeps it next to his bed, and he just thinks about protecting that bag of, bag containing gold coins. So this guy who used to be monk, all of a sudden is engrossed in this safety of gold coins. So at the time of his death, he is thinking about these gold coins, and that's attachment. So when he dies, he comes back as a serpent to protect the gold coins. So your state of mind at the time of death decides practically what next birth one will receive, right? But we all, we will go through that process. Next birth, it could be human birth, it could be animal birth, we just don't know. But whatever that is, then we go through that life. And when that life ends, again, that time of death, we start this cycle again. They call it rinse and repeat, right? So this cycle of birth, life, death, rebirth, life, death, this cycle is known as samsara. Our day-to-day life is not samsara. So when we talk about renunciation, right, that, hey, we want to make a commitment to move away from samsara. That means we want to make a commitment not to be part of this cycle, birth, life, death. So what does it mean not to be part of that cycle? That's moksha, that's liberation, meaning we are liberated from this cyclical process. You don't participate in this cycle of birth, life, death. You're above that. And that is what liberation means. So, and I think liberation, a lot of people from Indian culture understand that very well, because that is the goal of a human life, right? At least a minimum goal. Then there is a higher goal of enlightenment. But at a minimum, our goal must be liberation, so that we are free from this cycle of samsara. When we talk about liberation or moksha, we need to it's tough to, you know, just say, hey, I want to get liberated, right? So we need to find a way to make that determination. And one way to make that determination is to realize the preciousness of our human life. They say that a human life is about 1 in 100,000 year event. Now, that doesn't mean it's like a 100-year flood, right? That doesn't mean that it's going to take another 100,000 years to get a human life. You could get next to next, right? At least if you're good karma, you could get next to next to next. But it could be thousands of years. Point is, it could be thousands of years before one gets this human life again. And this is the only time we have the opportunity to work on liberation, to work on enlightenment, to work on spirituality. Because if we are in the animal world, we don't have that opportunity. So if we grasp that how precious this human life is, then hopefully we'll make a determination that we must take advantage of this human life right now, right here, right now, and work towards our liberation. Because that's a lot more important than everything else we work toward every day. So hope that clarifies a couple of things for you. Let's start our meditation. Let's get into a meditation posture. Cross-seated position if you can. If you are in a chair, just make sure your feet are touching the ground. Keep your back straight, spine upright, shoulders leveled. Gently close your eyes. Keep your mouth just a little bit open. That way, any stress you may have accumulated in your jaws will dissipate. Palms in your lap, right over left. Thumbs gently touching each other. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, relax your body. Take another deep breath. As you exhale, let yourself completely loose. Now, bring your attention to the sensation of your breath at your nostrils. Feel the cool air as you breathe in. Feel slightly warmer air as you breathe out. Keep your attention at your nostrils for about a minute or so on your own. Now, bring your attention at your heart. Experience the peaceful nature of your root mind at your heart. Let this peaceful moment bring the next peaceful moment. Remember, there is nothing to do. There is nowhere to go. Just enjoy. Now, imagine your mind is like a vast, sunny, empty blue color sky. There is not a cloud to be found. And your thoughts are like clouds in that sky. They show up and they disappear. So keep your focus on the empty sky like mind. If a thought pops up, just acknowledge it and it will disappear. Don't chase it. Again, if a thought pops up, just acknowledge it. Don't chase it. If you find yourself engrossed in your thoughts, bring your focus back to the sensation of your breath for about 5 to 10 breaths, and it'll settle down. Keep your focus on the empty sky-like nature of your mind. When you're ready, gently open your eyes. Okay, any questions? Go ahead, Sapan.
No, nothing, Neeraj. Welcome back, and I hope you had a good trip.
Yeah, it was very nice trip. Thank you.
Did you learn interesting stuff?
Yeah, a lot of reinforcements, right? But things you thought you knew, if you read the same thing again, or if someone explains it to you, it's like it's in totally different light. So that way, I was able to get deeper into a number of concepts, and that was very useful. There were about 3,000 people there, so you could kind of discuss it. So that was useful. It was I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
That's great.
Yeah, yeah, it was really great experience. So
Yeah, great. Cool.
yeah, it was a lot of fun. So
Right.
well, any other questions?
Good on my side.
Okay, Aditi.
No questions. No questions.
All right.